Well, hello and welcome. This is Weatherization Assistant version 10, Materials for Training Development, Existing User, and I'm Bill Ekman, the Program Manager for State and Community Energy Programs over at Oak Ridge National Laboratory. So this session is focused on DOE WAP training providers who support energy auditors who will likely transition from Weatherization Assistant version 8 to Weatherization Assistant version 10. So this is the first part of a larger agenda. In this section, we're just going to focus on access and download of the materials. We will cover a little bit about the overall concept, but then reviewing materials and some recommended preparations for delivery we'll do in later sections. So before we dive in, I feel it is important to understand the overarching goals of providing materials for training development and support to the Weatherization Assistance Program training network. So overall, there's been a shift away from direct-to-user training by Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Weatherization Assistant team, to supporting training providers. And by doing so, we see some pretty big benefits to the WAP network as a whole. One, we see increased access to training. There are many WAP training providers out there in the network, and so we see just more access to training being available to users. We also see more adjustment to local or regional programmatic details, construction details, and whatnot. So by having local or regional trainers adapting the materials, then we can see it more tailored to the audience that to which it's going to be delivered, and then expanding the local expertise. So as these trainers are modifying materials and they're delivering it, they're getting to know more about the program, and as a result, we have more expertise spread throughout the network rather than concentrated at just Oak Ridge National Laboratory. So to get the materials, we are actually posting all materials and updated materials on Dropbox in a folder called Weatherization Assistant Materials for Training Development. So on the screen, you actually see the address for the specific folder. And I'm going to go there right now so we can kind of see how this works. So the details on the slide will actually take you into this folder shown, Weatherization Assistant user conversion, and we'll see existing Weatherization Assistant. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see existing Weatherization Assistant version 8 user conversion, and within there live all the files. So we'll maintain this kind of file structure so that as more things are posted on different topics, then they'll live there as well. So what I want to do from here is I'm going to download these materials because I want to download them, and then I can make any edits that I need locally. I can pull out slides as I need and to drop into my other trainings and so on. So I'm going to grab 3 specific ones here. Normally I'd work through section 1, 2, 3, and so on, but I'm going to look at just section 3A for this process today. And so I've grabbed 3 files, and all I'm going to do is say download. And what that's going to do is we see that download run. That's completed. And when I look in my file explorer, there it is in my downloads folder right in here. And there are my 3 files. So I've got them. I've downloaded them. I can edit them locally as I need to. And so there's the link. If you have any trouble, just contact us directly, and we'll get you in there to Dropbox or find another pathway. So I'm going to hit the materials real quickly. We're going to get deeper into them in the next section. But in general, the published materials for training development include a lesson plan, one or multiple slide decks, and then optional exercises. So actually for this one that we're looking at, user conversion, we actually have 6 different sections. So there's 6 lesson plans, there's 6 presentation decks, and there are some optional exercises. There's 2 of them that are provided with ancillary materials. So on this screen, we actually see the lesson plan from section 1. We see the presentation slides from section 3A, and we also see the optional exercise from section 3B, which is focused on MIA. And so we have a single wide mobile home optional exercise here, and those are the ancillary materials available. So overall, the concept here with producing the materials for training development and sharing them out is to marry decades of expertise from the Oak Ridge National Laboratory Weatherization Assistance Team in software and engineering with the local programmatic knowledge and training excellence of the WAP training providers. So to accomplish this, Oak Ridge National Laboratory produces a national foundation of materials for training development and then support to local and regional training providers. And through that, we see this as a great way to provide options and flexibility, and we ensure that the materials that are put out can be modified to the specific needs of the audience of the training, and that can be done by the regional training providers who know their audience and know their program and know their construction types the best. So with that, I'm going to stop here. This was part one, where we looked at access through Dropbox. And in future sessions, we're going to take a look at the materials more closely and preparation for delivery.